Actually, come to think of it, Egoraptor's Sequelitis videos were the first real video game review, a retro review, that I ever saw on YouTube, and I was absolutely blown away. I subscribed to his channel immediately, and if he would have done more episodes of Sequelitis, I would probably pick him as my #1 inspiration. Unfortunately, there's only like 3 or 4 episodes of Sequelitis, so I immediately switched over to watching AVGN. I thought his channel was amazing, and then sooner or later I was turned on to JonTron, Pro Jared, That One Video Gamer, aka The Completionist, GameSack, Dex the Swede, Larry Bundy Jr.,
The zombie threat is closer and more real than you or I can imagine, and I don't know about you, but I want to be prepared. And that means figuring out what weapon is going to protect me the best. Thing is, I don't own a gun. Only 47% of Americans do, and even if I did find one lying around on the street, I wouldn't be able to pick one up and suddenly become Andy Oakley. So the question is, what do I use? I'm left with what I got. Tools, cutlery, maybe a little oil and gasoline. So which of these things is gonna protect me the best? First, let's get 2 things straight. There's a lot of zombie lore out there, but to me, The Walking Dead's makes the most sense. Kill the brain, kill the zombie. So we're looking for a weapon that'll be able to penetrate the head from a safe distance. First, let's start with a classic, the kitchen knife. The trouble is, we're not getting deep penetration. Huh, that's what she said. As loyal theorists may remember from the Fallout Headshot episode, the base of the brain is where the motor function is housed, the cerebellum and the brainstem. For mindless, shambling zombies with no high-level cognitive processes, that's the region we have to take out in order to stop them coming for us. So if we're using a knife, even a large one like this, we would have to aim our blow to either the side or the back of the zombie's head. Something that, in the heat of the moment, you don't want to be thinking about. Also, the short range of the knife leaves us open for a bite. In short, the knife isn't bad, but we could do a lot better. So if we're gonna kill the zombie, we have to get through the head.
You were almost a jibble sandwich.
You're right.
That worked. Overall, the axe gets a seal of approval.
You were almost a jibble sandwich.
You're right.
To penetrate a zombie skull? Sure, it's a nice puncture wound, but it's not giving us the deep penetration that we need to hit those core parts of motion, the cerebellum and the brainstem. In other words, drill bit ain't gonna cut it. How about some bludgeoning items? I got an oversized wrench, a hammer, and the good old-fashioned 2x4.
You were almost a jibble sandwich.
You're right.
Can't touch this.
You were almost a jibble sandwich.
You're right.
The wrench and the hammer, well, they did all right. I wasn't guaranteed a one-hit kill. Plus, because they're so short, I have to get in close to the zombie, meaning I'm running the risk of getting bitten. Hammer tended to get caught. The wrench especially needed multiple hits to get through the skull. Overall, they're okay if you have them, but look for something better.
You were almost a jibble sandwich.
You're right.
The wood had too much surface area striking the watermelon, meaning the force it was delivering was distributed out instead of focused into one precise point. All that science talk basically means this, not the most effective club.
You were almost a jibble sandwich.
You're right.
Okay, so when it comes to a zombie apocalypse, one of the things we wanted to explore were swords, which have been kind of explored in various different movies and such, but we like to put a couple of them to test. So here we have 3 swords. The first one would be the least effective of the 3. Still a pretty decent one. So it's like a generic pirate saber or cutlass. This specific thing was designed. It was made only with stainless steel, so it's kind of like your kitchen knife steel. So it's not overly impressive, but it's not bad, and I'm gonna give it a try. It is kind of heavy. I'd say at least 7 pounds or so, maybe even 10 pounds. It's around 10 pounds, I'd say. So it is kind of heavy for a sword. Another one that we have here is a katana. So it's pretty generic, pretty straightforward. Everyone has heard of one of those. Pretty generic one. This one was, if I'm not mistaken, this one was 1060 carbon. What does that mean? So, anyone who's familiar with metallurgy, steel is a mix of carbon and iron. So there are different alloys of steel. There's probably around thousands of them. When it comes to swords, the higher carbon content typically means that the sword is going to be better quality. It's going to be a bit more durable, and it's definitely going to be a lot sharper. So 1060 carbon is considered to be pretty good quality. But then there are much better qualities than that as well, like 6000 or whatever. So this is a really good one. This is the final one that we have. This one is not a historical sword, the way I understand it. So it's a bit of a custom sword. I'd say it has some trace of, let's say, an Arab or a Turkish sword from the medieval time period, or maybe even post-medieval. So it is somewhat curved. So that's certain Arab swords. In Persian, Persian as well. Persian scimitars, they were a little curved like that and pretty long. So, anyways, this one is also a high quality sword. It is rich in carbon as well. So these two I have sharpened myself, and we're gonna try them. Try all 3. So these two, obviously, without a doubt, are gonna cut pumpkins pretty well. This one, it's gonna be a little rough. It will be a bit of probably a dull sword, so it might have similar characteristics to an axe to a certain degree of if you having to use force, having to go hard with it. As opposed to these two, which should be pretty easy. They're more so skill based rather than strength based. Some of that will be strength based.
So the 2 swords, the sharp ones, we're going to be cutting onto a wood surface. Will that damage the swords at all?
No, actually this specific katana, I was told that you can cut some other metals itself. If it's sharp enough, it could cut the metal wheel of a car without it being damaged.
Wow.
So it's that good.
So like a rim.
Yeah, the rim, yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right, so we're going to try those out.
Okay,
Awesome. Thanks for the background.
no problem.
You were almost a jibble sandwich.
You're right.
You were almost a jibble sandwich.
You're right.
Oh man. You weren't lying, Neb, when you said that it would cut those things like butter.
You were almost a jibble sandwich.
You're right.
Alright, so
You were almost a jibble sandwich.
You're right.
Neb, he's a murderer. You're a murderer. Join us next week. We have a zombie survival episode coming out. Guns, guns, and all sorts of craziness. I want you to watch it. It's our best episode yet. It's our most badass episode yet. Thanks for watching. Guns, 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 guns,